Good morning. This is Susan Hintz-Epstein, also known as Susan of the North, with the Rune of the Day weekly overview for March 9th through the 15th. This is going to be a little faster paced today than some days. I'm resolving to put my political leanings aside because I know they don't attract everyone who listens to this podcast, and I want to be able to share this with anyone who's open to it. Um, the rune for today is Awaj. Awaj is the rune of movement, forward progress, the relationship between horse and rider, which means it's an emotional rune and reflects also the relationship between our own emotions and our physical body. My interpretation for today is that movement is in favor of current spiritual and soul work. So take your latest idea and develop it. For Monday, March 10th, we have the rune Yar, which is the rune of the archer and the artist, and both of them are very focused people with an ability of strong concentration. The rune is reversed today, so there's been some loss of focus, and self-doubt may be inhabiting your mind and your heart today. So take aim and focus on understanding in order to rise up from these moods that are besetting you. What beliefs are behind that which is holding you back? The rune for Tuesday, the 11th of March, is Halk, and Halk is reversed. This kind of reflects upon yesterday's lack of focus. Halk upright is the absolute search for your own happiness. It's the holy grail of existence. What is it that you're feeling out of touch with, out of tune with? What is it that you think might be in order for your greatest happiness? May be out of synchronicity with what your soul is calling you to do. So today would be a good day to go within, meditate, look for the answers to arise. Don't think of anything, just become aware of what you're thinking and feeling and allow its relationship to the question of where does my truest happiness lie resonate. For Wednesday, the rune is Elhaj, sometimes pronounced El Algiz. It is the rune of the upper branches of the tree of life. We, as human beings, stand upright on the earth like trees stand upright on the earth. And trees are deeply rooted. We move about, but our consciousness is very similar. Today, we are in a much better state than we were yesterday because of yesterday's work to get in touch with what was within, which was keeping us misinformed of what may have been our truest happiness. So let whatever ideas resonate with you today, whatever ideas feel good, know that you are in spiritual communion with the heavenly realms, and you will be able to have knowledge of what you need to do to move forward in your life. This is absolutely reflected by the rune for Thursday, the 13th of March. This is Sawilo. Sawilo is the rune of the lightning strike, the sunshine, the victory, the absolute having everything you need for success. Your mood is right, your functioning is right, your reflection this week has led to this moment. Take advantage of this day. It will be successful, victorious, and overcoming in some way beneficial to you. For Friday, the 14th of March, this is a day of reflection. This is the rune for Yara, the year, this in the Anglo-Saxon Futhark, but it come up this way. And, I was immediately reminded of the reflection of a mountain in a still mountain lake and how people go to the mountains to find the saints, to find the gurus, to find the mentors and the guides, but the mountains themselves become the guides and the mentors. The mountains themselves are beings, deep souled and deep wise beings who are inhabited by all the life that lives on them and is informed by all the life that lives on them. And you can encompass in meditation the whole of your own life. It's about becoming holy, about integrating all of those fragmented aspects of yourselves into who you are today, into who you are being, into who you are becoming. We are never static. Our thoughts of ourself one day may be totally swept away by events that happen to us, and we have to think of ourselves in a new way. And finally, for Saturday, the 15th of March, we have the Rune Lagouge. Lagouge is about being in the flow. It's about being in the flow of life. We talked about yesterday the mountains, and the rivers begin as little rivulets running down the mountain, streams becoming creeks, becoming rivers flowing to the ocean. And we are part of this great tapestry of life, which consciousness we are all sourced by. The rainwater is just an example of how that works. So there is only separation in the body, in the idea of self, but we are part of everything that lives, moves, and breathes and has life. I ask you to remember that when you're thinking about your role in the world. So, from this moment of reading the runes for this week, I just want to share something. I'm in a new phase myself. I am taking a class called Shadow Ascension with a fellow named Kadrick Olson. And I'm going to see if I can find that information to bring up. Unfortunately, sometimes I can't. I want to share my screen here. If not, I'll speak the information and it will just have to go to you that way. Sometimes I get frustrated with these programs. I think that I know them and they change. And host tools, what lives here? Share screen, there we go. Why didn't it connect with that? It did. But it didn't go to my screen. Lovely. At any rate, I wanted to mention Kadrick's work because it has brought me so much liberation. I've been doing shadow work for a long time on my own. The runes are great teachers for shadow work, but I needed someone and something to put it together for me. So Kadrick, you can find his information. I'm going to have to write this out because it didn't cooperate my screen. I'm sorry. Sometimes my own lack of technological expertise. But you can find his information if you're interested in this work at kadrick.com. I hope that that's lucid and not backwards. I'm seeing it backwards, but it's spelled KAEDRICH.com. And he does classes on shadow work in the paranormal. And like me, he teaches the runes. So I just wanted to give a shout out for him today. And at some point, if I can figure out how to get this wonderful program to work, I would do it. But anyway, I digress. I'm Susan of the North. I'm wishing you all a blessed Rune week ahead and see you next week.